So you might be bringing in a ton of money, right? But if you're just sitting around waiting for referrals to magically appear, you're not really running a business. You're basically playing the lottery. In this explainer, we're going to tear down that whole approach. We're going to stop relying on hope and start engineering a predictable, repeatable system for referrals. And let's not mince words about what's at stake here. This quote just nails it. A firm that relies on luck is a precarious hustle. Real institutional platforms, they engineer their growth. They don't just sit there, cross their fingers, and hope the phone rings. So you have to ask yourself, which one are you building? A durable business or just a really high-stress hustle? You know, the biggest problem with this accidental approach is that a high income can trap you. It creates this thing called a golden cage. Yeah, you're making fantastic money, but you're also probably the most exhausted person in your entire company. Literally change the business by your own success. It creates a dangerous dependency on you and your personal effort. And that leads us right to the heart of the problem we're talking about today, hope-based marketing. What this really means is the whole system of getting new business depends entirely on you, your charm, your personality, or just you remembering to ask for a referral. When that's the case, you're not the hero. You are the single point of failure for the entire company. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the two paths you can take. Over on the left, you've got the chaos of hope-based marketing. Sure, high income, but it comes with high burnout. It's fragile, it's unpredictable, and this is key, it actually suppresses the value of your firm. But on the right, that's the goal, a predictable, durable, and scalable platform that engineers its own growth. That's the shift we're talking about. So, what's the real cost of staying on that chaotic path? Well, it's way more than just burnout. There's a hidden penalty you're paying every single day, whether you realize it or not, and it's called the fragility tax. That cost is the fragility tax. And look, this isn't just some abstract idea, it's a very real liability on your books. Every single time your business can't generate a lead without you personally stepping in, you are paying this tax. You pay it in lost time, you pay it in missed opportunities, and you pay it in a lower business valuation. Why? Because the growth engine isn't part of the platform. It's you. So the bottom line is this. The dependency on you creates a huge vulnerability. When you are the only person who can feed the funnel and bring in new business, you're not the firm's greatest asset. You are its single point of failure. Think about it. One vacation, one sick day, one busy quarter where you're distracted, and the entire pipeline can just grind to a halt. All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. And it starts with a fundamental shift in how you think about this. We are moving from being passive waiters to becoming active orchestrators. This philosophy right here, this changes the entire game. Amateurs sit around and wait for business to fall in their lap. Professionals build systems to generate it on demand. Orchestration means you are in control. You are engineering the outcome instead of just hoping for it. Okay, so how do we actually do this? The solution is honestly beautiful in its simplicity. You take the ask out of your brain and you build it directly into your company's operational process. It becomes a mandatory, non-negotiable step in how you deliver your service, part of your standard SLA. And by doing that, you empower everyone on your team, not just you, to be a pipeline generator. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's make this real. This is where the rubber meets the road. This isn't just theory. It's a concrete 3-step playbook that you can go and implement right away to operationalize the ask. Let's walk through this, okay? Step 1, identify. You're going to map out your client's entire journey and find those 3 moments of peak happiness. Maybe it's right after a successful inspection or immediately after closing. Step 2, script. For each of those moments, you're going to write the exact professional words to be used, no winging it. And then step 3, and this is the most important part, assign. This is no longer your job. It now belongs to the team member who owns that specific client milestone. Now, for this to actually stick, you need a tool. You need a way to manage and track this new workflow. You've got to turn this idea into a system that simply cannot be ignored. And this is exactly what that system looks like. It's a simple, straightforward table in your CRM. Each peak value moment becomes a trigger. It gets assigned to a specific role on your team, and it's tracked with a simple checkbox. Ask made or ask not made. See what happens? A subjective, maybe I'll do it conversation becomes a mandatory, trackable, and manageable task. It is no longer optional.
All right, now it's time to look in the mirror. I'm going to give you a direct challenge so you can objectively assess just how fragile your own referral system really is. First up, the absence test. And I want you to be brutally honest with yourself here. If you were completely gone unreachable for the next 90 days, would your team systematically generate referrals on their own? Or would the entire lead funnel just run dry? If the answer is that it would freeze, your business is still a hustle. Second, the autonomy check. Have you actually given your team the tools they need, the scripts, the process, the clear permission to go out and confidently ask for business? Or are you secretly hoarding the process because deep down you think you're the only one who can do it right? Are you being the bottleneck? And finally, asset validation. This is the big one. Does your firm truly have an engineered, predictable referral engine that adds real, tangible value to the business? Or are you just masking a fragile, hope-based pipeline behind a temporarily high income? This question gets to the very core of what your company is actually worth.
The path forward is crystal clear. You have to move from heroics to systems, from hoping to engineering. Script the ask, orchestrate the loop, build the platform.